Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So this video is going to be about my journey on the slimming world while I was breastfeeding. So I'm still breastfeeding now, so my little one, she's 4 months old, but I'm going to tell you about the first 3 months, what I experienced and what did I do while following a slimming world. So first of all, it started with giving a birth. So I gave a birth to my little one, which was on Sunday, and then on Thursday I was already in a group. So only a few days after, and my consultant and everyone were like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" But I was like, "No, I really want to come here because this is my social event, and I really wanted to show off my little one." So that was the beginning. So when I went to a group, my consultant after the group, she sat me down and she gave me this booklet. So this booklet is your guide to eating well throughout pregnancy and breastfeeding. She gave me one for the pregnancy, but because it was an older book, so she gave me new updated book. So this one, and she said look at the last bit because that's got the breastfeeding insert on there. And then she told me look at the healthy extra A's because I should up my healthy extra A's when breastfeeding, because that's how you make milk. So more calcium get into your body. So in here in the booklet it says when you're breastfeeding you should follow the extra easy plan. Do not do any SPs or do not do any other plans. Is just do the extra easy so you get all the nutritions you need in your body. And also you should increase your number of your healthy extra, especially from milk and cheese section. And also Slimming World, there is a little footnote in here, says we also recommend you enjoy your full 15 cents a day. So that's just a recommendation. It's not that I should be eating all 15 cents, it's just a recommendation. And also the recommendation, they recommend you increase your healthy extra, especially milk and cheese. So it's up to you where you use them, but have more because you need more calories, and that's how you get the calories from the healthy extra. So, and then in the booklet it explains you all the calcium rich one for the healthy extra A choices. So then I had a look, so up to 6, so this is a little chart on the top, and that tells you up to 2 months you should have 5 healthy extras. So 3 or preferably 4 from milk and cheese section. So baby between 2 and 3 months you should have 6 healthy extra choice. So you up your healthy extras, so I up my milk allowance. So between 4 and 6 months, if you start to wean your baby, you should drop 1 healthy extra A choice or healthy extra B choice. And if you're breastfeeding 4 to 6 months and the breast milk is the only source of nutrition for your baby, you should still keep to 6 healthy extra A's and B's. If breastfeeding past 6 months, when weaning, providing a solid food with the breast milk, follow extra easy as normal plus 1 additional A choice. But I haven't gone that far yet. So as I said, my little one, she's still 4 months. So she is 4 months on the full breast milk. So I'm having 6 healthy extra A choice. No, I'm having 4 healthy extra A choices and 2 healthy extra B choice. That's what I decided. Also when in the little booklet it says when breastfeeding the recommendation of daily intake of calcium increased from 700 milligram to 1250 milligram, and then the table below it shows you how many milligram is in each of the calcium rich food. So what I did at the beginning, I took this booklet with me to the shop and I went around, so then I remembered which are the most calcium rich food. So in this little chart in here, it's all the healthy extra A choices, and then in this little chart in here you've got the free food in health in the calcium rich food. So between the calcium enriched food in the health choice A choices, you've got like skim milk, semi-skim milk, whole milk. So now I choose a whole milk because you can have 175 ml of a whole milk as your A choice. Because now I've got so many A choices, then if I were to drink a semi-skim milk or skim milk, I'll be just drinking pints and pints. So I've gone for a full fat milk. Or you can have 400 ml of a skim goat's milk, 275 ml of semi-skim goat's milk, 200 ml of whole goat's milk. It says 300 ml of sweetened calcium enriched soya milk, or 400 ml unsweetened calcium enriched soya milk, 30 gram of cheddar, 35 gram of Edam, 30 gram of Emmental, 30 gram of Gouda, 30 gram of Parmesan, 50 gram of mozzarella, and 40 gram of reduced fat cheddar. That's where the healthy extra A choice is. And then calcium enriched free foods. So if you want to concentrate on having more calcium, so 100 gram of fat-free yogurt, for example, has got 160 milligram of calcium. Or really good one is from a tray or Quark, or low-fat natural cottage cheese, sardines in tomato sauce, pilchards in tomato sauce, tofu. Tofu is quite really high one, so 100 gram of tofu, plain or natural smoke, it's got 510 milligram. Curly kale, okra, and purple sprouting broccoli, so that one is quite high as well. So 100 gram, it's 200 milligram. So yeah, that's one. And as well as sardines, just by look of it, sardines, 100 gram of sardines in tomato sauce has got 430 milligram. So then I went around the shops and then I found whatever I stock up on sardines. I knew I had some sardines, I had some Quark. I buy natural yogurts, cottage cheese, so all that, making sure that my free foods got also calcium enriched food. So that's the booklet explained. Also, while I was breastfeeding, well, I'm still breastfeeding, so my motivational tool, because I wanted to get to a target as soon as, well, I knew I wouldn't get that really quick like all the other celebrities. They just slim down really quickly. I just did it natural and the healthy way. So it took me 3 months to lose all my baby weight, but this is a breastfeeding update. So what did the midwife told me is quite handy tool is to remember from which breast you're feeding. So otherwise my brain, when the first 3 months, it was like, oh, I forget everything. I forgot left, right. I didn't know what I was doing. My sleeping patterns were all over the place. So they recommended me to wear a bracelet. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna keep the bracelet as my motivational tool. So this bracelet, I got that in summer in 2015 when we went on a holiday to Western-super-Mare, and I really loved the, well, it was like a day trip, it wasn't really holiday, it was just a day out, and I bought this bracelet there, and I wore one of my really lovely denim shorts from New Look, and I really loved them. So that was my motivational tool. So thinking of the shorts, and thinking of, yeah, I would love to fit back into them. So then by looking at the bracelet every single day and seeing the bracelet, that was in my head, is like, yeah, I want to get into the shorts, I want to get to my target, so that's my aim. So that's why I want to nourish myself by eating healthy and nourish my baby, and to be back to where I was before I had her. So that was having the bracelet, so I know which breast to feed next from. Also, I wrote a little bit notes down here. Okay, so at the beginning, because babies are born with not knowing how to feed, and also they don't know how to do it, and also I didn't know how to do it properly because I've never done it before. So for first few days I didn't do I didn't know how to latch on my baby properly and how to position her properly. So she kept on dropping so much weight. So I think up to 10% it's, and then after 10% the midwives get a little bit concerned. But my baby, she dropped 9.4%. So we had the midwives coming in every single day and checking up on me, to checking if she's latching properly and if we're doing everything we're supposed to do. So all the midwives were concerned about how the way the baby feeds and what she is feeding. So they told me I rub her up too warm, so they showed me how to wake her up and how to position her. One of the midwives, she actually spent all morning here with me, actually showing me how to do it properly. So that was quite nice of her. So after then we got hang of it, but then none of the young, well, they were most of them really young ladies, but none of the young ones really asked me what do I nourish myself. So I'm glad that I followed the Slimming World plan, because I knew that if I up my healthy extra A choices, I have plenty of milk, plenty of good food. Then if I put a good nourished food into my body, I'll pass it through the breast milk onto my baby. So I knew that even if she was dropping weight, then because I fed myself right, then she'll be right at the end. So that was all perfect. And also at the beginning the midwives told me that I didn't make enough milk, so that's why she wasn't like my milk. I had a milk supply, but I wasn't making enough for her, so they kind of showed me different position, like lean forward and do it this way, so then I produced more milk. And then after I produced a lot of milk, then actually it was too much. Then I had a lumps on the side of my breast, which was really hard. So they said, oh no, so then I might get an infection. So they told me I put a wet cloth or wet flannel over it. So I thought, wet flannel, I'll be wet all over. So what I thought, because I've got this teddy, which got the tummy inside, which has got a wheat tummy. So I thought, oh, if I warm that up and then rub it against my breast, that should make it warm, that should release the lumps in the old milk lumps, and that did really well. I did that only for one day, and then the lumps were gone. I did it about twice on each breast, and that was that helped it so much more than a wet flannel. So if anyone has got that, I recommend that. So it's less messy. So yeah, and that helped it. And now the milk, it's coming up to a demand where I need it. So yeah, so following the Slimming World plan and eating the right meals and making sure, also at the beginning, I made sure I had plenty of sleep. So I would feed my baby, I would nourish myself, and then I would also make sure I have got plenty of rest. So then my husband, he would take my little one, he would take her in a pram, and they would go out for 2 hours walk by themselves. Then I could have the 2 hours, instead of cleaning and doing things around the house, I actually slept. So that was it. So I just slept to make sure I had plenty of time to myself and plenty of time to recover, so my body recovered properly. Also, on the days when he couldn't go out, he would just sit in the lounge and rock her, and then I would go to bed and put some earplugs in, put eye patch on, and then just sleep. So just having an hour or 2 hours, just a really deep sleep without the baby, it helped my body to recover and to make more milk and to be healthy. And also by eating the right food, what the Slimming World says, so making sure I had 1/3 of my plate as a speed food, and having a protein rich food, and having a free food on my plate. And also whenever I could, like on the other days when my husband, he went out for a walk with my little one, I would batch cook as well. So I always keep plenty of food, like I cook a bigger meals and then I freeze some in a freezer. So I always have got something when we out and about and I don't have a time to cook, I'll just grab something quickly from a freezer. So it could be soup, it could be some meals that I made. So I don't tend to buy a ready-made meals, well, hardly ever actually. So I like to make my own meals, so then I have got something quick and speedy and ready. And also frozen vegetable, that's a brilliant handy things to have in a freezer, because then if you make up a third of your plate as a speed, it's just frozen broccoli, green beans, carrot, cauliflower, anything, that is brilliant. So having that, and I think I'm gonna end the video here, because I think I'll be rambling on for so long, otherwise this video will just go forever. So if you would like any more question you have regarding the breastfeeding and my journey, leave me something in a comment below and I'll answer you back. And if you would like to see any of my videos or any of my journey, why don't you click the subscribe button below and see me in my next video. Bye everyone!